Let's take a look at one of our advanced tools, which is EdPuzzle. And you just go to edpuzzle.com, and you see up here. And you can click Teacher Start Now, or if you just click Login, and if you click on Teacher and just use Google Login, it will log in with your Google account. And so when you click on that, and if you have more than one account listed, you can choose which account. And the first time that you log in, you'll probably have to click Allow. But once you're signed in, so you can see I have a couple videos here that I have already added some questions to, but we'll go ahead and start with a brand new one. And also over here on the left side, you notice you have your classes. So if you are using this with Google Classroom, you can import your students from Google Classroom. And so I already have one of the classes here. So if I just click Import, and I can choose, any of the classes that I have listed in Google Classroom. So I have several of the teachers here because they have shared theirs with me, so I can help with their Google Classroom. And so if we go ahead and let's just add one of these and import it, and that's going to pull that class in. So I have those students, and they will have access to these videos through their Google Classroom login. So let's go ahead and do a new video. And so up here on the top, we can search for videos. And so now I can, just search for any video. If you already know one of the videos that you want, you can just paste the URL. So I have one of the videos that I created. So, and you don't have to use your own video. You can use, anyone else's video. So I pasted a URL, and so it pulls in my video that I created about Google Drawing. Now, whatever video you want to use, you can go ahead and pull that video in. And now what this allows you to do is, if I want to, I can crop some of the video off the beginning and the end. It doesn't allow you to do the middle, cut pieces out of the middle. It's just you can shorten it up from the beginning or the end. So you have those options. And now if you need to start watching the video, you can go ahead and just click play. The last gaff tool, and so it's going to go through and play that video. And so once you get to a certain point in the video, say, at this point, they should have learned something from the video. So what you need to do is ask a question. So up here, I click on the question mark. And so now, it's going to give you a little information. It's going to say why add quizzes during the video. All right. And then if you say, show me how, it'll play the video and show you how to do it. But if we just click on this question mark down here, it's going to pull up the box over here. And so now I'm going to say, what tool are you learning about right now? And so I put in my question, and then I put my possible answers, Google Forms, Google Slides, and then if I want to add more, and Google Drawing. Now you can see right here, you have your check and your X. So if you want to change these to the correct answer, so that way you have, so as soon as they answer, you will know if they got it right or wrong. And so I click save, and then we go a little bit farther in the video. There's a lot of different ways you can pause that. And so now you see this question mark. We know there's a question right there in the video. And so now I want to go to the next part of the video. And so now here I want to ask another question. So I click the question mark, and let's say, what would you do differently? And well, next, the only thing you have to do, kind of a multiple choice. So I can't really give them a, open-ended question. So you want to make sure that you do, something that's going to be, you can give them options. So, whatever we want to ask here, you may just want to ask, what is energy? And then you give answers. And let's say electrons, I don't know. Okay, so whatever question you want to put in here. Now, obviously, you're going to put some better options, so this makes it pretty obvious as to what the answer would be. And so then once we're ready, we click save, and then we have another question listed in there. And so now when the student gets here, so this is what it's going to look like. So they would say, what is energy? And then they would choose their answer. And once they choose an answer, then they can continue watching the video. Now, you can also do an audio note. And so if you want to do an audio note, you would just click on this one and then click. And so the first time it'll probably ask you to allow. And once it comes up, right now it's recording my voice. So I'm going to go ahead and click stop. And so right now I have an audio right there. So, and once it comes up, right now it's recording my voice. So I just pause that, but you can see, so it gets to that point, it stops them, it gives them an audio note. So whatever it is that, if you want to explain something a little bit better. So if you found someone else's video and it wasn't doing a very good job of explaining it, you could pause it, put in an audio note, give a little more explanation, and make it a little bit easier for them to understand whatever concept it is that you are working on or whatever they're supposed to be learning about at that part of the video. And so it gives you the freedom to add a little bit more to that video. And so once you're done, maybe you want to put a question at the very end of the video. I keep going too far. Full product. So if you have any questions, let me know. But all right, so let's pause it there, change it back to the video. And so then we add our question. All right, what type of energy is given off by a fire? And now this one could be, you may want to, let's say, what types of energy, because this one is going to have more than one correct answer. So we'll put electrical, light, heat, sound. And so we want to make sure we go back and we change to have our correct answers, and then we click save. And so now we have our questions, we have our audio embedded into our video. And so now I can either just save this as is, or I can finish. And so if I click finish, now I can assign this to classes right away. So if I want to, assign it to, one of these classes, and I'm just going to do this Thermal Tech one so it doesn't send it to any of the students. And so now right here, prevent skipping. So they cannot go past the video or any further in the video without answering those questions. And then if you want to add a due date, you can add a due date to it as well. And so then when we click send, it's going to send it to those students when they log into their EdPuzzle account. So when I go ahead and click send, and so now you can see here, I have this assignment is due November 17th. And I can check the progress. I can see who has, completed, and then I can post to Google Classroom right from here. So it makes it, really easy to incorporate this with your Google Classroom. And so I have that, that video. They have to answer those questions and before they continue with the video. And then, so let's look at the progress. Now we can see, no one has watched it. It shows me their grade right here. It'll show me the last time that if they rewatched it and, went back, I can see. And then also when they turned it in. So I can see the exact date that they turned it in. And you can also export these grades if you want to a spreadsheet. And so if I want to look at specific questions, I can see exactly what questions they got right, which ones they got wrong. And so if I know all of the students got this one wrong, I know that I need to work on that one. And so we go back. And so it's, once you find your video that you want to add and input your questions, it makes it, pretty easy to add this to your Google Classroom and give the students, the ability to watch this lesson right there. And so if you have any other questions about creating an EdPuzzle video, I know there's, plenty more features, but I just want to get through the basics and get you started. So if you have any questions, once you take a look at it and start creating your first video, let me know and we can go from there.